Hello there, a very good morning and welcome to Breakfast News Live on Channel 1 MTV. I'm Arundhati Fernando. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. President Mahinda Rajapaksa leaves China on an official 4-day visit. A wildfire erupts in the Ravana Reserve in Badulla. Riots continue in London for the third consecutive day. Now for a look at those stories in detail, President Mahinda Rajapaksa left for China last night on an official 4-day visit. The President's media unit stated that the President is making this visit based on an invitation extended by the Chinese President Hu Jintao.
The Chinese President had made this invitation during bilateral talks with the Sri Lankan President during the economic conference held in St. Petersburg in Russia in June this year. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is scheduled to meet with his Chinese counterpart and the Chinese Prime Minister during the visit. Moreover, President Mahinda Rajapaksa is also to attend an event in Shenzhen city.
UMP MP Vijayadasa Rajapaksa states that the Parliament was the most ridiculed institution during the past 3 decades. He expressed this view while conducting the 4th commemoration lecture in honour of Professor Nandasena Ratnapala.
The ceremony was held at the BMICH in Colombo yesterday. Rajapaksa addressed those gathered under the theme Sri Lanka's Good Governance and the Future of Democracy.
පසුගිය දශක 3ක පමණ කාලය තුල මෙරට වැඩියෙන්ම හැල්ලුවට සහ අවලාදවලට ලක්
During the past 2 decades, the body which was most ridiculed and discredited was the country's supreme legislature or the parliament. The power of the parliament has been encroached upon by the executive presidency. The present parliament appoints members not to carry out good governance, but to facilitate the executive presidency.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට മന്ത്രിවරුන් අවශ්‍ය වන්නේ රට තුල ප්‍රශස්ත යහපාලනයක් පවත්වාගෙන යාම සඳහා නොව විදායකී පැවැත්ම සඳහාමයි.
A student of the Buddha Shravaka University in Anuradhapura has commenced a hunger strike against his suspension. The strike was launched by Venerable Valipitiye Buddha Sirithera, who is a third-year student at the university. He told News First that his studentship has been suspended over allegations of participating in student union activities of which he was unaware. He added that 3 other students had also been suspended 2 weeks ago. We made inquiries in this regard from Vice-Chancellor of the Buddha Shravaka University, Venerable Tumbule Silakanda Thera. He noted that the Thera in question has been temporarily suspended as he had acted in contravention of disciplinary regulations pending a disciplinary inquiry before a 3-member panel. Still in local news, a wildfire has erupted in the Ravana Reserve in Badulla. Forest officer of the Ravana Forest Reserve, M.M. Sunil Premkumara, stated that the fire had broken out in the higher plain area of Karandagolla last evening. He noted that the fire is spreading rapidly owing to strong winds and dry weather. So far, around 25 acres of land have been destroyed in the fire. He went on to state that it is difficult to contain the fire as it had spread over a slope area. Premakumara urged the public to refrain from setting fire to areas with high biodiversity. A woman had died after being attacked by a wild elephant in the Karangava area in Ampara. A woman who was in a group of persons who had gone into the Karangava forest to collect firewood had met with this tragedy. Our correspondent stated that the tragedy struck at around 1:30 last afternoon. Area residents charged that they frequently face the threat of wild elephants. When we inquired from the Ampara Wildlife Office, an official stated that the death was a result of entering the forest reserve. Now it's time for sports news, and it's cricket. It was a fabulous win for Sri Lanka as they defeated Australia by 8 runs in the second 2020 encounter played yesterday at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. At a post-match media briefing, man of the match Ajantha Mendis, who captured 6 Aussie wickets in yesterday's match, and Sri Lankan skipper Tilakaratne Dilshan also expressed these views.
Yeah, I have confidence, but wicket also help for me. I line and length, I bowling really hard. Yeah, I try to continue this one.
Yeah, I think that's the turning point for our team, and all the momentum came for our side after taking that catch. Everyone morales came up. I think after that, after Angelo's catch, he bowling really well. After that, I think put the pressure. Every 1 or 2 wickets fell down. We can put the pressure them. I think that's why we strict for before hours total. I think they start really well. 6 over 70 runs, and after that catch, I think that's a turning point for I feel. Yeah, definitely. I have a confidence. That's why I bring to side today. We know this wicket going to turn and help for him. I think it's this confidence he can carry throughout the series. It's good for our team.